Hope this thing is not showing. Organize. It's another day of hope. You're welcome to Nimrod Radio World News. My name is Bimpe Esan Adedeji. We'll be going through the story's headlines first. Israel-Hezbollah attacks intensify, the recent happening.
My name is Shamsudeen Subair. Today's headline is Donald Trump Kamala Harris election news.
Hezbollah in the state of paralysis and vulnerability vows to fight Israel.
Israeli soldiers raid and order closure of Al Jazeera Ramallah offices.
Every far-right pressure on Germany to keep its border tight. Carter is back.
Israel's attack against Hezbollah in Lebanon.
After a year, 109 ambassadors yet to be appointed in Wu's administration.
At least 51 dead in Iran coal mine blast.
Yes, we go straight to the details of the news stories. Israel-Hezbollah attacks intensify, the recent happening. As reported, the intensity of the fire of war between Israel and Hezbollah has been on the increase since October 7 attack. Rockets and missiles were fired overnight to get deep into Israel, to have it in an unusual way. The response of the number 2 person in the Hezbollah group is the intention of staging a battle without a boundary. According to report, 2 people died during Israel's strike on Sunday, as the media of Lebanon stated on the previous day. To Sunday, the attack planned to counter the one planned by Hezbollah was launched by Israel. Almost 300 strikes at a go, has the Israeli military mentioned. As stated in the report, the chief of staff for IDF let out a statement. Israel will be taken to the next plan in its contention with Hezbollah in a couple of days. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, is given a plan to forcefully move Palestinians out of Gaza, a second thought. This is considered as a strategy to overcome Hamas, though the hope of civilians having Gaza back is unclear for now, as the news agency reported. As stated in the report, one of the news agencies in the occupied West Bank broadcasted to Israeli soldiers asking those in its offices to vacate the place so it will be on the lock and key for 45 days, as revealed by the live footage released by the news agency. According to the report, similarly, the Ministry of Education in Lebanon released a statement to order the schools that were at the regions close to the fighting grounds of Israel and Hezbollah to close down all activities that could put the school in operation, starting from Monday, as the Ministry of Education stated on Sunday. As stated in the report, the militant group Hezbollah has released not less than 8,000 rockets into Israel from October till now, as the Director of United Nations stated on Sunday. He further said the attacks by the Hamas have rendered 1,200 people dead, while 250 remain hostages. Dano mentioned 100 rockets have been sent to civilians in Israel. In his words to UN General Assembly of New York, according to him, 70,000 people were forced to leave their homes in the northern Israel, turning them into refugees in both countries. So, wow.
Donald Trump, the former American president, said he doesn't believe he will run again if he loses his election. I think that will be it. Trump said in an interview, the Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted an invitation Trump on October 23rd. Trump said it was too late to have another presidential debate. Has raided and ordered the closure of Al Jazeera's office in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Al Jazeera's office in Ramallah has been operational for decades. It became even more essential for the network after Israel shut down.
Hezbollah in the state of paralysis and vulnerability vows to fight Israel. As reported, an airstrike launched by Israel brought down a 9-story building in Beirut at southern suburb, reducing it to a rumble. People were earthbound in rubble, while bodies of people were taken in ambulances to fight for their lives. People were harassed by the Hezbollah members, so they could delete the pictures taken at the scene of the event, so it would be out of record. As stated in the report, this is really a trying moment for the Iran-backed Hezbollah group members. The allies of the group brought their commanders together to hold a meeting of the Radwan force at a residential building's basement, a location that was torn apart by the warplanes of Israel. According to report, not less than 45 people, women and children inclusive, were brought down, and 16 members of Hezbollah died along with their Radwan force leader Ibrahim Agil and the senior commander of their group, Ahmad Wabi, counted among the dead. As reported, 80 people have died through the attacks of the walkie-talkie and pager since last Tuesday. Hezbollah group viewed the attack as though projected against its military structure and the one that penetrated heavily into its communication facility. There is panic already for Hezbollah, as the security in Lebanon stated. At a news conference on Saturday, and as reported, the speech by the Interior Minister, Bassam Mavlawi, gave a declaration. Their country is in the condition of pain and struggle, and so it is left with no option than to connect investigation to people coming into the country as foreigners, and hotels and Syrian camps will be placed under a serious check. According to report, the firepower of Israel has worked on Hezbollah to the extent of attacking its highly ranked military personnel. The wall of its military defense was broken, and now Hezbollah is at the verge of the most dangerous battle with Israel. As reported, Hezbollah is with the opinion that a low-key border struggle to defend Palestine may help the decision of Hamas in accepting ceasefire talk. But now, the talk seems to be fading off the track in the whole happening. What is next in the mind of the group is yet to be known, since it gives no more attention to Israel. Subair.
The Iranian-backed militant group fired scores of rockets and missiles overnight into Israel, striking deeper than they have done in recent attacks. As the group's second in command declared that a battle without limit is now underway. A gas explosion in a coal mine in Iran's South Khorasan province killed at least 51 people and injured 20 in Iran's state. 17 injured people were transported to the hospital and 24 people are still missing.
Heavy far-right pressure on Germany to keep it border-tight culture is back. As stated in the report, the sign of the Polish town reads "No Borders" to ironically state the place supports anything that comes in or goes out. The town shares a boundary with the Oder River and a bridge serves to European nations, and Poland always was at freedom to come in through this avenue. As reported, it was not business as usual, as German police were with machine guns, were dressed in their uniform, putting and passing vehicles under control, especially those under their suspicion. People do not go by the specifications of Germany as to even cross to Schengen part, so measured by police are now in place as the new laws are to operate in the land borders of Germany. As in the report, border control was ordered by Berlin on September 16 to temporarily introduce border control at the border of Germany with Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, France, and Denmark, as well as its border with Poland, Austria, the Czech Republic, and Switzerland, being under control since October. According to reports, Germany had to reintroduce the control for domestic purpose as their own issues put heavy pressure on the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The coalition of the government also feel the weight as mounted by the ever-bold far right. This, as reported, put an end to the practice of liberation migration policy of Germany, which in their language is called Willkommenskultur, which means welcome culture. This policy was first put to work by Kohl's predecessor Angela Merkel in year 2015. The ability of this Schengen area to survive on its own is yet to be ascertained. Sugar.
Harris accepts debate invitation for October 23rd, again challenging Trump to another showdown. Vice President Harris is ready for another opportunity to share a stage with Donald Trump. Campaign chair Jane O'Malley DeLon said in a statement, Donald Trump should have no problem agreeing to this debate. On its most intense, bombardment against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon this year Thursday, hours after the military group's leader condemned deadly twin device attacks that he said crossed all the red lines.
After a year, 109 ambassadors yet to be appointed, Tinubu's administration. We are in Nigeria now. As stated in the report, the Committee of Nations wrote its opinion about Nigeria's position among them. 13 months are gone, and those to represent the country in diplomatic missions in 109 nations of the world are yet to be appointed. This gap, according to the report, is a great concern about the image of Nigeria in the global circle. And it also has to do with its difficulty in relating with the other country of the world. No formal avenue to connect higher stage of diplomacy, and this created a limitation on the engagement of global partners with the country, Nigeria. As reported, the inauguration of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu made the reassessment of the foreign policy possible, and 83 ambassadors were called back into office in September last year. There should be, therefore, a follow-up appointment for those ambassadors to be replaced. According to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, this representative served in the country and worked directly with the President, so it is the President's role to send or bring them back into the country. These representatives were asked to return home by October 31. Before we end Nimrod Radio World News this morning, let's run through the story headlines one more time. Israel-Hezbollah attacks intensify, the recent happening.
Donald Trump-Kamala Harris election news.
Hezbollah in the state of paralysis and vulnerability vows to fight Israel.
Israeli soldiers raid and order closure of all Jazeera's Ramallah's offices.
Heavy far-right pressure on Germany to keep it border tight. Culture is back.
Israel's attacks against Hezbollah in Lebanon.
And the last one here in Nigeria, after a year, 109 ambassadors yet to be appointed, Tinubu's administration.
At least 51 dead in Iran coal mine blast.
Thank you for watching Nimrod Radio World News this morning. My name is Bimpe Esan Adedeji. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care. My name is Shamsudeen Subair. God bless you. Take care.